paper bag. Welcome back to the On My Head. Welcome back to the Sports Source. I'm telling you, man, sometimes these commercial break conversations are better than what we do on air. This segment brought to you by Paper Be Gone. If you run a small business or big business, anything from a lumber yard to a shoe store to a doctor's office, be smart with your records. Trust Paper Be Gone to destroy and dispose of them in an environmentally friendly way. From receipts all the way to x-rays to hard drives, they can get rid of them all for you. Paperbegone.com. Check them out this week. Okay, going to wind up here. We got 4 or 5 minutes. We haven't had a chance to discuss this, so for all I know, we're going to spend the next 4 minutes just staring at each other. In the SEC Media Days kicks off in Nashville this week. It's moved to Music City. What are you anxious to see or hear? What are the big stories? I mean, people will be asking. Sankey just got another extension.
Yeah.
I'll start us out. I will be interested to see if anybody grills him again on the schedule thing, because it was kind of an embarrassing end at SEC meetings a month and a half ago. He said one thing. The president's obviously thought something else and threw him back out there. Will the media grill him at all on that? Or has the day passed? It's like, nah, we're not interested in that anymore. So will the schedule thing be a big part of that story?
Yes.
You think it will be?
Yes, because coach is going to be asked about it too, just as they were in Destin. Okay, what's the update on it? Because they're not waiting a year to do it.
Yeah.
They're going to do it probably sometime this fall. So, yes, I do think that'll be a topic. Because I'm going to ask it.
There you go. Grill him.
Yeah,
Grill him.
I'll grill him.
Don't let him twist it. Well, we don't know. That's not good enough. Just be Sam Donaldson out there, man. All right. And people out there watching are like,
Yeah,
who's
it's
Sam
going back.
Donaldson?
We're not thinking of the eyebrows. Every time I think of the SEC Media Days, I mean, where's Nick Saban going to find his rat poison this year? I mean, they're not the number one overwhelming favorites. They may not even be picked up first in the West. So how is Nick Saban going to react, and what all is he going to say? I think that's always entertaining, and to see where he goes with that.
Other stories you're looking forward to?
On the field, Alabama's a good one, especially if LSU is picked to win the West.
Exactly.
And people are talking about the demise of Alabama, which Nick Saban would love. I'm going to say quarterbacks. There are only 5 going this week. One of them is from Tennessee, Joe Milton. So I'll be curious to see what people are talking about with Tennessee's guy, who is getting another chance after finishing last season as the starter. But the quarterbacks that are battling at Georgia, it'll be Carson Beck most likely, but Georgia new guy, Alabama new guy, Ole Miss quarterback battle that's legitimate. Texas A&M needs to figure things out with Petrino coming in. So an unknown year at quarterback, which can send the season in a number of different directions.
Kirby Smart with the
I had that
off-the-field
down.
issues
Right.
will be asked about that.
Yeah.
I remember running into Chip Towers down in Destin at the spring meetings, and he was the only one in this workroom. And I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "There's a lot more coming out about Georgia." He said, "I can't tell you what it is right now, but it is a mess."
Georgia's
And he's
pushed
right.
back hard on that, too.
Yeah,
Now,
they
that
have.
AJC story, they've pushed back.
Yeah.
They're wanting a retraction, which you know how rare that is.
Yeah.
So if they got one, I would be shocked to see it. But they have pushed back harder than you usually see. So that makes me
Yeah.
wonder about if it was all 100% what it was made out to be.
Then I also wonder how much conversation there might be about Tennessee's penalties. No bowl ban.
Yeah.
Are some people going to comment about that and where that's going to go? Certainly, when we get a chance to talk to Greg Sankey, we'll ask him about the cooperation versus the ban.
Yeah, I mean, Drinkwitz arrived at Missouri after their stuff happened, but you wonder if, as I said to open the show, you go on Twitter or Threads or whatever you go to now, and you're seeing fans from other schools thinking Tennessee got off light. So will you hear some of that down there? I also wonder, Hugh Freeze's return after the way he went out the last time. This isn't the NFL. If it were the NFL, you'd have some really tough questions thrown at him. How tough are the questions going to be for him, or will it be something he can just brush off right off the bat? Change man, better go. All right, let's talk football. I'll be interested to see how that's handled. Anything else we think is going to pop up down
Well,
there?
and it's kind of like what
Or
Josh
over there.
said, too. I'm interested to see the relationships between you offensive coordinators and your quarterbacks. And I want to see the players who are there. You said, only 5 quarterbacks?
Yeah, there's pressure on Jimbo at A&M, who's brought in a new OC.
Exactly. I mean, and you can go
Petrino
down the
thing's an
list.
interesting topic.
And always, how far is going to show up? They've had a really good run on recruiting. Things are looking better, but is Billy Napier still feeling as much as the heat down there as a lot of people think he is?
Any other major hot topics? We've talked. Well, here's one that it'll be interesting. Will anyone ask Greg Sankey about the SEC deciding to go completely in with ESPN and now ESPN's having layoffs left and right.
Yes.
And Disney said we may spin some stuff off. They made it sound like they're not going to spin Disney off, but it's an interesting time to be paired up with ESPN right now. That's what I would ask if I were you. I'd throw that one on there.
Yeah,
All right.
okay.
Guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, gentlemen. And thanks to all of you for watching, as always. Thanks for taking part in the poll. We enjoyed testing that. We'll be building that up throughout the football season and beyond. It's a good way to get you involved in the show. We'll see you right back here live next week to break down SEC Media Days. See you then.